as a result of this process, we'll end up getting a higher fat necrosis. And when you get the fat necrosis, that leads to increased dead space and local wound healing problems. Also, this is, in the heavier patients, usually associated with higher operative times, which makes a difference. And the one thing that I've learned, which is anecdotal, but through bad experience, is I had a patient that I decided to do a pretty big operation. She was obese, but her back was very skinny. She had all truncal obesity going in the front. And I said, oh, no problem. So I did the operation, and she started having wound complications, one after the other. And I ended up having to get a plastic surgeon to do a flap to close it. And when I was talking to the plastic surgeon, I said, you know, this is terrible. She was skinny and all that, and the nutrition was good. I don't know why this happened. And she said, but he turned around to me and said, she's got this whole big gut. That's the gravity is pulling on it. And on the backside is pulling on the tension of your closure. So your closure is under huge tension just from the gut pulling down on it. That's something I had never thought about, so I just thought, pass that along, something to think about. But what about diabetes mellitus? Well, it prevents adequate utilization of glucose for energy. It affects adequate oxygen delivery to the tissues. And this is all because of glycosylation of the hemoglobin and microvascular disease. So the net effect that you get is ischemic tissues, poor healing, and susceptibility to infection. What we're going to talk a lot about is malnutrition, and that's because of impaired wound healing secondary to fibroblast proliferation and impaired collagen synthesis. There's also decreased lymphocyte count associated with this, which impairs the immune system to eradicate and prevent infections. There's a lot of confusion when you look at the literature on which markers are really the best ones to follow, because you really don't know which one to measure.